the podcast all the whole entire time, like I was alive and stuff or whatever. Before all this, I was like, man, I still gotta do this with Shifty after this.
Yeah, because we was like, when you're in your safe zone, like everything seemed chill, everything was like, so it was like just about to be going to bed soon.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I was ready. I was about to call it quits too. I was like, oh man, it's time for me to go to sleep now, and then that happens. So unfortunate. It's alright. It's the enjoyment of RP though.
Yeah, well, with my first character, I feel like the more you do it, the more you get used to that whole thing. Like distinguishing the difference between yourself and the character. Like now, I'm totally not emotionally bothered by it.
Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. The podcast is up. Alright, now we gotta see who's going to come join us on our 10 out of 10 rating thing here. We're doing this pretty late, so I'm not sure if people will be
Yeah, so what is the time for you then? So
it's 10:51.
10 to 5 for me.
Oh, sure.
10 to 5 in the morning. Yeah, but I've got no time constraints whatsoever going on at the moment.
Alright, well, here, let's get this started here. What is up, everybody? This is episode 9 of the podcast series here. We're doing a thing a little bit different. Instead of giving a guide or anything, we're just talking, just chilling. I have a good 10 out of 10 here, Daisy, right here, Shifty. Shifty, do you want to say hi?
Hey, at the moment my name is Daisy, but I will be taking the dress off soon. And but I've been other characters before, but my gamer tag is Shifty.
You want to shout out your YouTube? Because I know you have a YouTube and everything.
Yeah, Crep Theft. Oh yeah, also known as Crep Theft. Yeah, that's the one.
Dude, your YouTube channel literally goes with your characters, like kind of fashion and Crep Theft and everything. I don't know if anybody's like ever told you that, but like I've always thought about that whenever I'm watching your videos and stuff.
Well, my girlfriend said to me she doesn't know how I'm going to top this character. She was like, now you've done this, it makes any other character you've done seem shit. But,
dude, your character was so awesome. I loved the shit out of your character. It was literally the funniest thing ever. You're like literally the OG.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I did that good a job on, but it was nice getting in touch with my feminine side and thinking about dresses, and I learned a lot about the game mechanics behind dresses.
Oh, interesting.
They're cold, very cold. They make you eat a lot more, and they come in different colours for different scenarios.
Dude, even with like full warm clothing, I was still eating like a fucking hog, like all the time, just can after can. It was bad.
I don't know whether like the weather got warmer or whether our characters have some hidden mechanic where they can get used to the cold or whatever. But in the beginning, I was like pretty much dying of cold constantly. But towards the end, I felt fine in my little hot pants.
I don't know how you did it. I'm gonna be honest. I really just don't know how you fucking could handle, the environment and stuff. It's actually going to be quite nice.
when I was playing as Daisy, I didn't play as any other characters. I don't think, or any other servers. So I've forgotten what it's like to play the game and be warm. It's going to be weird, and have pockets and all the inventory slots.
Oh gosh.
Most of the time I only had like 3 little quick slots
Yeah.
because the hot pad don't give you any, and the dress only gives you like 1 or something.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't. I hate that.
Yeah, so that was it. And I never really necessarily needed to use them, but it was always just for the guns, so they were ready.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like compared to, like other characters, you always, which I thought was pretty interesting. You always stuck to like a specific gun, you know what I mean? Like you didn't pop out the fucking LAR or anything like
Yeah,
that, or because believe me or not, you had some opportunities to grab higher tier weaponry.
I
I was
find
always
that happens quite a lot actually. And actually, it wasn't until I went on the WTR server that I started actually using assault rifles. Before then, I never really got used to them, so I always thought stick to what I know. I was more of like using shotguns and things, but
okay.
it wasn't until like my first proper character on the server that in like RP, one of the groups taught me how to use it.
Yeah, I think that's because like when I with running with Charlie, I always noticed that with some characters, but most characters obviously they're rocking like M16s, M4s, whatever. But I've noticed that with some characters where they were they're like that. They would use like just shotguns and whatever because that was their character, which I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
stuck out from the rest of
It,
the.
it gives them character, doesn't it? Like if somebody's got like, you always remember if someone's got a gold deagle on their chest or something.
Yeah. I always me personally, I always like to have my weapons have some sort of symbolic meaning to my character. So like, for example, Charlie's revolver. Um, I try to make a whole backstory around that.
Well,
Um,
I saw it get used quite a lot. It was actually quite a tool of important rituals amongst the organisation. So it was like a treasured artifact. And
yeah,
then even if your one's not going to be the one that's used in the future, um, there will be other
I hope
ones that will
so.
be used for that same effect.
Yeah, I hope so. Um, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what
How other
happens.
people carry it on.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see um, what they do or what our fellow brethren will do. Um,
So did you say this is your second character? Although this one's been alive for like pretty much the whole series, isn't it? Was you?
yeah, yep. So this has been my second character. Shane Deacon died in I believe the first month of the iteration. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I with how I do my characters is I wait. So I RP as that character, but I wait 2 days in or 2 days uh, as that character I'm playing to really build like my backstory and everything because I'm like just blank out of ideas. So
Yeah,
meeting new
yeah,
people and stuff like that just gives me just kind of like a build around. Um,
yeah. I think I've even heard someone in the Discord say something like they will go around and whatever they find first, like the outfits they'll find, will be like set them up for what their character's going to be. Like if they find a hit fisherman's hat, then they'll be like, "Oh, I'll be a fisherman." Then I
yeah,
just randomly heard that, but I've never tried that myself.
yeah. I never have either. You mean both? But man, oh my gosh, um,
I did actually have an original character on Lonely Roads server,
right.
but yeah, actually two. Actually, I got eaten by a bear straight away. I met somebody, got eaten by a bear instantly. I was using a
Oh,
Mosin against him. I thought that I didn't realise that that wasn't enough, and and then I came in and was a paranormal investigator, and it was quite fun because when I turned up to a house, the door shut behind me, and I was like, "Look, I'm a paranormal investigator, but I know ghosts can't shut doors. Okay, so there's someone there," and it was some guy laughing, like playing a prank on me, and yeah, I quite enjoyed doing that, going around being paranormal investigator. But most of the time, I just turn up to a gate and go, "Hello, I'm blah blah blah, paranormal investigator. Got any ghosts need looking at?" And people would just go, "Nah, you ain't gonna find no one around here that's interested in that kind of shit," and they'll just tell me to fuck off. It was like no one was interested in that.
holy shit, that's rough. I think, oh, that'd be just funny, just in like a prologue setting. I feel like, or even the prologue when we had all those people around. I feel like that'd be
Oh
like
yeah,
just a good fucking kind of character
new
to do.
prologue for the new series. Wonder what that's gonna be like.
Oh, I don't know. I've heard talks about it and stuff, but um, honestly, with my I'm gonna be honest. I've kind of wanted to start new for a while, so I've kind of already created this new character.
Oh, you
Cause
have? Oh, you're already ready.
yeah, I'm already ready.
Oh wow, I actually haven't thought that far ahead, so I don't know just yet. But
Yeah.
I think the last few times, actually, no, I never really know.
Well, I've been I've been a bad guy this whole entire iteration, so
You
it's,
might go, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the good thing as well is that when you start off, it gives you a great opportunity to, like, someone can still kill you, but chances are, worst case scenario, they're just going to rob you and leave you alive. But it gives you an opportunity to like be a little bit more risk free. That you can go up and introduce yourself to groups. Whereas later on, if you've been a character for a while, there's always going to be people that you're not going to be able to mix with and stuff like that. So that there's no grudges in the beginning. So that's quite nice.
yeah.
So looking forward to the piece.
Oh yeah. It's just I've learned this a lot, like especially leading bad groups. It's rough. It's actually it's pretty stressful. I didn't expect it to be more stressful than leading like a peaceful group. Because last iteration I led a peaceful group, and that was stressful, but it wasn't like the whole server is trying to murder you stressful. You know what I mean? So, it was like, fuck me.
Well, I'm I don't know if I'm pretty sure in the last season, Booby might have been one of the people that I was terrified of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I think I just kind of recognised his voice after a few days after like knowing him as this character. Then that's when I think I realised it. But like the same as with you, I never really got a chance to ask him, so I'll ask him at some point soon.
Yeah,
But
you
it's
have
interesting to
to.
see how the tables turn like that, like where, there's a group of your enemies and you hate, and then a season later you end up being mates with them and stuff.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I never expected, that, But that's the unique thing of RP, and you can't be mad at it. You signed up to be in environment where the tables can just instantly flip on you,
Yeah, and things where I suppose it's like getting what we've been doing to other people.
Karma, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying my best to really make Charlie hypocritical, but, like, for example, him saying, the emotions and stuff, like not having emotions and stuff, he still gave a fuck about you guys, like, a lot. Like, even Chris's death, when that happened really messed with him and shit, because like that's on him, you know, that's
I love that you say that about the whole hypocritical thing because I didn't realise that, and
mm,
so for me, I always thought that you always knew like an extra secret lesson or something. So like it was like the misinterpret of it is like I don't know. I suppose because that's what it's like being a cult leader as well. Even like their flaws are misinterpreted, so that other people, um, yeah, like things get a little bit skewed or whatever, but it works out in a good way. I
yeah.
was always trying to look for your hidden messages and things, even if it was hypocritical. I was like, no, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, like I try my best to confuse it, you know, like, oh, don't care about people. Oh, I care about you guys or whatever, and then say something else to try and um cover that up. But yeah, I always like had feelings, like emotions that I just didn't want to show people, like show you guys, because like obviously, you know, the whole don't have emotions, you know, if you have emotions they make you weak and all this stuff. So um I like I
Yeah,
said,
so
I what sorry about that.
how was you introduced to all that? Because did you say Winter was the
Yeah.
first chaos?
So Shane Deacon dies. Okay, this is the same day Shane Deacon dies. So I just get out of the bunkers or whatever, and I spawned right by Severograd, and I go up to I think it was like Kamensk military or something, or I'm going there, and then Tower shows up right behind me. I'm like, oh fuck, they just killed me like not too long ago. So they show up, and then they're talking to me and shit, and da 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 da. And then the next day, I uh, I reloot Krasnostav, and I'm going down to Severograd, and that's when I encountered Jr. And this is when I didn't have like a crew or anything, and so I essentially started talking to so I started talking to JR, you know, radio and stuff. At first, I didn't understand what the Black Hand was, or I didn't even know what the name of the crew was. But he was like, "Let's take you in or whatever," and I didn't have a home, and the backstory kind of matched with who Charlie was. He was alone, and he was trying to find somewhere to stay. So he talks with JR over the radio, and uh, I think I wanna say that's all it was at first. It was just over the radio, um, and then JR is like, or and so I'm trying to like figure out like the story and how it matches up, but so I'm still traveling around because I joined the group, right, but I didn't essentially join the group, so I was looking for my other options around. So um, I um, I think this is like a very difficult thing in RP situations because you're not supposed to like know where to go, but like me when I'm in a normal server, I always go to like Zeleno, Metallurg, and all those places before anything else. So I take like a 2 hour hike over there to get all the military loot there. And that's when I stumble upon the resort. And so I go over to the resort. I talk to them for a little bit, or people there. I think I talked to Maxine when they were still alive. And
I don't know if I ever met. Don't know if I met them. I think I missed out on a big part of the beginning. Is this the beginning of this iteration after the prologue
yeah,
when the bombs had just fallen? We'd all just emerged.
yeah. I think honestly I missed a little bit as well, um, But anyway, yeah, I talked to them, and then I went back to, oh, where the fuck was it? I think I was in Zeleno, looting around and shit, and then, I was talking to JR about, like, what I was doing and stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, you should, infiltrate or get into the resort or whatever. We need someone over there. And I was like, oh, okay. So I go back over there and I start talking to him again. And that's when I met Amelia. And Amelia was looking for a head of security or looking for security for the resort. So I have, keep in mind, this is when I don't have any like gun experience or anything. I sort of had to learn that shit from Wtr later on. Like I learned all my survival shit from Wtr and shit.
Oh
But
yes.
so I
What like
learned.
this is in character, right? Or do you mean like
Yeah,
across the whole of DayZ?
this is no, this is in character. Like Charlie has like practice with a revolver, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's the revolver that he carried with him. That revolver is like an antique, like it's been carried down from generation to generation, kind of thing. Um, and so he's only had like handgun, like experience with handguns and shit. So he has these guns that he doesn't know how to use. So he starts trying to like shoot at wildlife and tries to get better with those guns with the wildlife and shit. Um, Obviously, I don't have video because at this time I'm still deciding on if I want to start a YouTube channel or not. So obviously, I don't have any of this on video. But I tried to show like him learning and shit with the wildlife and getting more accurate with his guns and shit. But anyway, so I'm talking with Amelia, or Charlie's talking with Amelia, and she's like, "Hey, we need people for this and this and this." And ahead of time, I saw a poster and shit of the resort, and I'm like, "Hey, why don't I be security for you?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, that would be great. Like we'd love to have people that are experienced with guns." And little does she know, I don't have any experience at all. Like I'm just fucking woof, just fucking clueless. And then 30, so I'm security now at this point. And then she's like 30 minutes later, she's like, "You know what? Fuck it. Let's just make you head of security." And out of game, I'm like, I think I just like struck jackpot because I'm working with this group that wants me to infiltrate this group. What is it, like day 3 or 4 of when I'm out of the bunker? And so I'm like, okay, let's do that. So we have so we're chilling for like 3 days, and then JR tells me, "Hey, we're having this big meeting with all of our members. So let's we need you to come over." And keep in mind, I'm in Metallurg, all right? The place we were supposed to meet was in Severograd, okay? And I had like 30 minutes. I had to haul ass. Like, it was bad. It was fucking awful. But I made it there, and then we're all talking. Like, there's some new recruits in there, here and there, and so we're just talking, hanging out, and then Wtr comes in. He struts in with his gas mask and the same kind of outfit that I tried to go for, and he's like, him and the lieutenant, which was I think Damien. Damien, I think is still alive. I can't talk about him that much, but him, Damien, and then JR was Wtr's head honcho or right hand man. And so he's like, "Get in a line, get in a single file line." So all the recruits just fucking hunker up in a fucking single line. I panic, and I fucking go in the single line too. And so he goes down the line and tells us, or he talks to us, and wants to like know our backstory and get to know us and like what our weaknesses was, and just so he could brainwash us and exploit us and stuff. And so um the whole thing with Black Hand, the whole thing was you were in a dark place. Your character is going through some shit. Wtr or Chaos would exploit that weakness, and he would brainwash you to do or to become like his soldier or his little pawn.
Yeah, which is actually like what the militaries actually do. It did actually remind me a lot of like military training in the fact that they're breaking you down and rebuilding you, and yeah, making you into what they want you to be, which is the same kind of thing. Apart from obviously in the military, they don't like necessarily physically hurt you, but they do well in the British military they call it beasting, where they'll like make you do like press ups and or run around and all stuff like that, which in a way is like torture because it's putting your body through pain still, but you're having to put your body through pain yourself. So maybe that's even harder, you know, because if you're getting tortured, you're not really moving, and it's not like you gotta run for ages. You're
Yeah,
just chill. You're just chilling, you know.
yeah. It's weird. It's a long story. Like Charlie's whole story is very long. Um, but yeah, the
Just
Black
like an
Hand,
extremist militant group.
pretty much. But like the idea was, Chaos would do whatever it took to brainwash you. So he would torture you. He would, um, cut fingers off. He would do whatever it took, to make you think that you were worthless, and then he would build you into what he wanted you to be. So,
Yeah, I thought it was really clever. I thought it's a good method. You know, it works. I think cutting away cult leaders around the world, they're all responsible for doing the same kind of thing.
yeah,
That's
it's
one of the better ways of getting loyalty. It's how you
yeah,
get true loyalty. You can't be honest and get loyalty. You have to lie.
yeah, and I think that was a big thing in Charlie's mind too. Survival. How do you survive? Um, how do you do these things this guy's telling you to do? And do you have a choice to? Because he made all these threats like, hey, I have I have people watching everywhere. Like I have rats in every community or whatever. So I have to think like, okay, Charlie is, um, he's an orphan. He was homeless before this. Um, he doesn't understand these things. So I had to figure out how I'm going to emphasize that in game. So he follows these things because that's the only thing he knows. Like he's following these things because that's how he thinks he can survive. And obviously, it worked for a time, but that's all Charlie ever knew. Charlie ran away from his problems, and he ran away from everything. He ran away from um, the orphanage he was in. He was hunkering out on the streets, and I really wanted to emphasize that he was homeless because while he's homeless, he can have some of those. He can have a tiny bit of those survival capabilities. Um, but uh, he's a difficult character to crack. Honestly, I I'm still trying to figure out how to explain him because I'm gonna be honest. There are some times where I was even confused with him as well in his choices. But
Even confused you. Well, I suppose the name was Chaos, so that was another thing as well. Even if somebody like is in charge and they're like in theory they're like just actually crazy and mad, that madness can give them an edge because it's unpredictability. So they might do things which like on the battlefield the other person will be like, "There's no way they'll do that. That would just be stupid. Why would they do that?" So they'll plan for anything but that, and then because they do that stupid tactic, but they wasn't expecting it or planning it, so it ends up working.
yeah, and like you skip like I believe a month, and that's when the Black Hand fell, and I I personally like out of character. I personally didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know. Um,
Yeah, did you like care to just settle back into other communities and that and blend in for a bit and then build members later?
that was really difficult. Because I personally didn't know what to do, and I kind of wanted to relay my own feelings in the game because I feel like Charlie wouldn't know anything. Because you have your mentor, your like celebrity, and he's just gone, and you find out that from Viv's character, um, who the hell was her character? I can't remember, but you get this call from the radio like saying Chaos is dead, um, and that was it. And you're like, okay, now what?
Are you allowed to say how he died? What happened?
Oh yeah, yeah, I can say all those characters are dead. Um, so so how do I explain this? So we have to start with the very base we die at. Okay, we have to start with that point. So the apartment buildings, um, were essentially like the HQ of Black Hand. Like we were building it up. We were trying to build a fortress out of it. And we grabbed this guy at the checkpoint that's up the hill. And we find out he's part of Caravan. So we grab him. We start torturing him and shit. And Chaos is like, okay, guys, let's take a vote. Do we let this guy live or do we let this guy die? And most of us said, let him die, like kill him. Chaos, this is where I believe his downfall happened.
Yeah.
Chaos chooses to let this guy go. And keep in mind, um, this guy is a liar. Like we know he's lying about stuff. Like we have proof of him lying about these kind of things. So Chaos tells him, "You are going to go, but we're going to take a piece from you. Like we're going to take a part of you." And that's where Charlie learns, like to cut people's fingers off or whatever. Like there's some sort of symbol there. That's
Love
where
where
he,
it all comes from. It's like
yeah,
hearing the origins because I've been a part of this cult for a while now, so it's nice to know the history.
yeah. And so he's like, "I'm gonna let you go." So he goes, all right, and we're just chilling on the roof. And this is just out of pure luck. Like I'm just surveying around. We're on the roof just chilling and everything with I believe 5 guys. And I look through my scope, and I kid you not, I see like 2 to 4 guys just sitting on a hill looking at us. And I'm like, uh-oh, this guy obviously told somebody. Like this guy ran over to Caravan, which at the time they built a huge compound, like a big one, literally right by us. So these guys obviously are looking at us, and I'm like, Chaos, we need to go now. And he's like, okay, pack up your shit, we're leaving. So we all just haul ass out of Cherno, and that's when we went to Electro, where we start establishing our place and there's nobody there. Like, there's nobody, as far as we know, is occupying it. Until later, I found this out of character with Joella's character at the time, who was a rat for Tower. Um, but her character died. That character died, obviously. But so we.
Just reminded me of isn't there the memes about her getting KOS all the time. I've never seen it happen myself personally, but it's funny to think of.
It is. I can't believe someone can have that bad of luck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that it's like a Jesus kind of thing where she dies via KOS so that we don't have to. She takes that bullet for us. Statistically, like it should spread out evenly, but like it just happens to be her.
Taking one for the team.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. My plans have worked. But anyway, so we go to Electro. We set up, and so we're just chilling pretty much, and we're exploring Electro, getting to know the land and everything. So I want everybody to know this. This was by accident, like what happened. So we are by the Church of Electro, and we come in contact with Lieutenant Logan, I think, and Call Me Earwax's character, which he betrayed us. Okay, I gotta line this up. So he goes AWOL and he goes up north to join Camp Freedom, and that's where he was also infiltrating at. So he joins Camp Freedom, and he tells them where we are, as well as Joella telling Tower where we are. And so they come down to scout our base. This is pure coincidence, keep in mind. And we see them, they hear our voices, and they just fucking sprint up this hill right in the back of church. And Chaos, okay, keep in mind, there's 3 of us and there's 2 of them. Chaos fucking drops his backpack, I think, and he hauls ass up the hill without us, and we're still trying to drop our backpacks off. And we hear this big ass gunfight go down, and we're like, oh fuck, no. Something went down. And then we apparently, so the whole thing is, it was all by complete accident and just a rush of adrenaline. So he quote unquote dies, but was allowed to come back because, like I said, it was an accident. So we just redid the whole entire scene over again. And I'm saying a lot, but
so it's crazy that how did that accident happen?
No, this isn't how he dies though. But
no, yeah.
Yeah, so we reenact the whole scene. We take Lieutenant Logan as a hostage. Earwax's character runs off, and we take him hostage. We take him back to our place, and we start torturing him, start talking shit on the radio to Camp Freedom and Doc and all those guys. And this is when I first find out about Camp Freedom, of course. We torture them, or we torture him, and one thing leads to another. We go to sleep. While we're sleeping, apparently we didn't take off his light, so he flashed like a distress signal out the window, and there was like, I believe 3 or 4 Camp Freedom outside. So they see the whole distress thingy, and I think this is how it goes. So they wait, I believe, for like hours for Chaos to get awake. So they're sitting at this door, and they essentially stick him up and are trying to like transport him to, I believe, Camp Freedom. and that's when who the fuck is it? Viv's character sees them, and she's with her brother, I want to say, and they just start taking pop shots, and they kill Earwax's character, and they also kill the Logan, but the I can't remember who it was, but he kills Chaos and runs away and gets out of there. So Chaos is dead. Me and Damien wake up to find his engraved Colt and a bunch of revolvers laying on the ground, and as well as his backpack in the cage that we put Logan. So we're like, what the fuck happened? So we radio the Black Hand radio at the time, and so we essentially are running through this with our head chopped off, not knowing what the fuck is going on. And then we get a call from, like I said, Viv's character, and one thing leads to another. Good luck, pretty much. She was like, she leaves country and all this stuff. We don't know this in character. I thought she died, or Charlie thinks she died or whatever by Tower or whatever. She literally says Cass is dead, and she just leaves, like she's just gone, and we never hear from her again. So me and Damien look at each other, and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. So we were like, so what do we do now? And so I'm like, dude, take the fucking truck and get out. And this is when Garrison is still making their place, like they're still in creation, and he tells me, he's like, I'm gonna go join this small group over by Baronzino. And I'm like, okay, good luck, get out of here, I don't want to fucking see you again, because that's when Charlie essentially is like, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna be a better person, this is not who I am, everything's gonna be fine. So so I leave, I get out of there, and I start heading up north, and he takes the truck and he dips, and he's gone, and that's the end of me seeing Damien again. And that's how Chaos dies, obviously. But
Chaos the first. I wonder how many others there'll be.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously as well, the series isn't going to go on forever. So, if we're thinking like lore-wise, chronologically, I like to think that even 100 or 200 years from now, there'll be a cult leader out there called Chaos, in charge of a crazy torturing cult.
Crazy torturing cult.
Yeah. It was like a hobby club, when they've all got they all do something like pottery together, but just so happened that our hobby was torture.
Our hobby was torture.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it if we're all doing it,
No. There's nothing wrong.
Normalise it then.
But yeah, like I said, I could go on and on and on. Like, my story is very long.
Yeah, I only got involved with it more recently. Daisy spent a lot of time alone, or with like random people here and there, until it was me and Chris was actually one of the first people that was actually just quite chill with Daisy being Daisy. Normally she was a little bit of an anomaly going around places. And then obviously that didn't last very long either. But through that was the indoctrination to the backhand, and also I didn't realise how easy I had it, and Daisy had all her fingers the whole time. I always felt hypocritical, but I thought that was like my own little private joke inside, where I never lost a finger, but I just always pretended I did. And I'm the one going, we've all done it. We all have to do it at some point. But I didn't. I never did.
That's right. We took your fucking pinky toe, or wasn't it your pinky toe or something?
I didn't lose anything. I just had the revolver game.
Oh fuck! That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah.
I didn't even know it was the Black Hand back then. I had it so easy compared to everybody else we came across, and that's why as soon as things stepped up a gear, I became so overzealous because I realised what I'd missed, and I was like, yeah, I need to catch up on these lessons that I actually missed to make out as if I've had them. It was like I didn't want to do my revision, so I was like trying to pass the test first time.
Well, also keep in mind, so the reason why I asked our recruits, like, hey, tell me about yourself, because I'm giving them the option to make some sort of like sob story, like, to make, because I also, like I said, I'm still trying to like make Charlie seem like he's still caring about people, and so I tried to like, oh, tell me about your story or whatever. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And people wouldn't tell me anything about them. But if they told me stuff about their story, like if they told me something traumatic or sad, I wouldn't have taken anything. Like,
I did notice that though. It is all dependent. It's the same as in military training. Like a lot of the same things that were getting picked up on people that were getting a harder job by us. It's the same sort of things that in military training the corporals would be drilling out of people through like nicer means, of course, but it's the same sort of thing. It's a selection, and also like you said, where with the Mark One chaos, you think it went wrong with the whole maybe. To streamline it and make it safer, it should have been like, get somebody, you break him down, you rebuild them. If we can't rebuild them how we want them, we have to get rid of them because they're no use to us broken, and they could also get us back somehow in the end, like what happened to the Mark One potentially.
Yeah, and that was always, so with Chaos was an expert at that. Like he was an expert at building people up. Charlie liked to think he had an idea of how to do that, but he had no fucking clue. Like he tried his hardest.
I know, but I felt like though that like say a lot of the people around you though noticed what you were doing, and like so like yeah because it is like a common thing. It's like yeah, I thought you did it well as well.
Like I hate making characters that seem like they're unbeatable, like they're Terminator. I like having sort of weaknesses that people can exploit in my characters. So it's really, I love seeing how people can exploit those things. And that's what I really was trying to emphasize. I emphasized that heavily with like Knox in George's character. Like I tried to show them I'm like weak. Like I'm still kind of a weak-minded individual.
Yeah, we look fabulous though. And that's the main thing. Although soon, maybe I'll stop thinking like that sometime soon. How they rub off on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Get the old characters.
But I'm
a little bit surprised that I'm not a cannibal because my first year or so playing DayZ, I was just a cannibal the whole time. But then, my first character on this server, I became a cannibal as soon as I had the available opportunity. Yeah, I've always done that, and but it's only recently that I've haven't been doing that. I've quite enjoyed it. It was actually the prologue that's what made me not, because I was a policeman. I couldn't be a cannibal, and then it got me out the habit of it. And now I quite enjoy not being a cannibal, but I thought that a cannibal was the only way before.
Dude, so here's the thing about that. Chris died, right? Okay, Chris is dead. She wanted to make you a cannibal, and we were actually in talks of doing it, but obviously she died. So when she died, that idea died with her, and we sort of just forgot about it because,
We had
it
other things and come up and stuff.
yeah, like she was like, "Hey guys, why don't we make Daisy a cannibal?" I was like, "I mean, okay, but how are we gonna do that?" And like I said, I left it totally up to her. And it was hilarious because like I said, you were supposed to be a cannibal, but like I said, she dies. So
But maybe sometime again soon. Maybe I'll re-spark my love for it. I do love being a cannibal because it's fun anyway. But for the role play, it added a really extra layer of fear to it because I always felt like no one can really do too much to you, especially if you don't care about your gear and you come across people. They can't really do like that much to you. But if you're a cannibal, anyone can kill you at any time, and that level of fear added to every situation um, was my real buzz. I loved that.
yeah, I love
Knowing that
that shit.
anyone could just kill you anytime. And then I'd always feel like I'd go in there like everybody's expecting that they're going to kill me, but then I'd always be trying to win people over so that they wouldn't. And then, like, yeah, that was like, what I'd enjoy doing. That was the fun of it all. Like, I
Yeah,
even got
no.
caught by the leader of Oasis at one point, and
All
I thought, okay, if I play this wrong, he will kill me. But I just, I said, if I just got one request, can I call out somebody on the radio? And they verified I was okay. Otherwise, that would have been me gone back then.
yeah, I was we never met. I don't think we ever really met in game last iteration. We um
Was you? Did you go not round Oasis then? Because I think that's where I spent most of my time. I was in Oasis, and then I was on the run for a bit, but that was quite short actually.
so Father Joseph, right?
Was he the guy that went off to the castle just before the
Yeah.
attack?
No, yeah,
Yeah, I think
he went on that
I saw
suicide
a
thing.
video on it. Yeah.
So Tim Gage, which was my character, I I fucking uh Father Joseph was like a like father figure to Tim Gage. So like he really looked up to him. And when I find personally, this is when I was still a little bit new to RP. When I found out that he died by going up to that fucking Cannibal Castle, I literally just had to take like a 3 day break. I just couldn't do it. I was like, no, because we did so much shit together. Like he built up Tim Gage to be a better person and shit, and then he just goes off and does that. It was just why why'd you do that?
I think there was a lot of people feeling that. It was like a real war with that whole castle where, I mean, I never really lost anybody because I only met
It's
Oasis
okay,
just
Ryan.
after the attack had happened. So I saw the aftermath. I'd see
Don't worry
everybody that's
about
sitting
it.
there all lonely
Your
around their
leg's fine.
fires.
We have some people in the chat here. I haven't looked.
Oh, do we? Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello, peoples.
we have Ryan's character. Damn you, Ryan. Um, we have Tina here. I think is that Rose, or who is that? I can't remember. Oh, we also have EQ in here, aka Nox, actually dead Nox. But she says the Black Hand did scare everyone and not trust any of their new recruits. So I mean, you did a good job. I
It will live
mean,
on.
I mean, it was a fun ride. I loved it. I liked it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, hi Rose. How's it going? I guess karma's a bitch.
I I wish we could talk about more, but I do. What can we? Oh, the radio message you got. That's within the time limit. I love that radio message you got in anger about what happened last night.
Oh fuck.
That's within time limit. We can talk about that,
Wait,
right?
wait.
Shall we?
Give me like a refresher.
When we went to her home and we found the two people.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. That was.
We're gonna talk about that, are we?
Yeah, sure. We can talk about it.
Oh yeah, and then it was specifically it's the radio message. I love that. I was so
Hey, I
give me
was.
back my whatever.
Oh, oh my God. Yeah, it was.
I've noticed this iteration. I don't think I really use Zello much, but I even just love uh yeah, I really love how many uses Zello can have.
What do you mean?
But well, you can listen to people on there and find out where they're going and stuff. So it's good for like banditry reasons. And then I noticed a lot more traders this season. Seems to be loads of different independent traders always
I,
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this iteration would be like all bandit factions, you know? Because I constantly got people on Discord like they're like saying, "Oh, what kind of group are you gonna make this iteration?" Or "We're gonna make a bandit faction this iteration," or all that stuff. And then I walk in with the wolves, thinking, "Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. You know, nothing's gonna happen to us." And we get called pedophiles.
Wait a second, you was in the Wolves. Was you in
Yes.
the Wolves? The same character you are now, or was that a different
I was Shane Deacon. I was the leader of the wolves, actually.
character? Okay, yeah, yeah. So that was that was your previous yeah, I did meet a couple of people from Wolves, and I was quite concerned about my safety when I met them. So I just tried to I like made out as if I was willing to join and stuff, for then snuck off at the first available opportunity.
Yeah, no, see, so we talked to you. So you remember when
Oh yeah, was you?
yeah, it was me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when we said, oh yeah, we'll go sleep for the night, and then I snuck off. I waited for like 2 hours, so then I woke up again and snuck off, so that because I thought that while people are sleeping, they might think, yeah, maybe we can't trust this guy. There's some cops in. So I was like, no, I hope that don't happen.
Well, keep in mind, we were like, okay, so we're gonna make people think we're good now. So we came up to you and we were like, hey, how's it going, buddy? Like we were trying to be friendly with you so you could like pass along, like saying, "Oh, these wolf guys aren't that bad, you know? They're not too horrible." Because
I think I was even saying that. I was like, hey, it's not true what they say about you. You guys are nice guys.
yeah, and I'm like, oop. Rose actually wants to join our podcast
Oh yes.
here. So yeah, I just added her, so she'll be joining us too.
It's really appropriate for our last characters because I only ever met Rose. I saw some of her videos from before I
Oh
even started.
fuck! Hold up, wait. I think I accidentally did I do the wrong one? Oh,
Only met her
hold up.
in the trial when she was one of the trial members for
You have to your settings. I can't hold up.
Oh,
Her
is that audio
settings.
share settings or something? That's weird because
Um
I've got my audio share settings off because I keep my audio on my phone recording and then I record everyone else's audio on the PlayStation because then if sometimes I talk too much, so I talk over people, and
hold up.
then that way if I took
Let me try and add her as a friend real quick. That'll work. Cause usually let's see. So wait, what was your character? So when we were the wolves or whatever.
when we met the wolves. Yeah, I was the policeman, right? But I was well aware that most people I bump into, because as a policeman outside of the police station, everybody hated us. So I
Hmm.
was like sure that if I was like, hey, it's me, Officer Dillon, I'm a policeman from the past, I was just going to get put on my knees and executed within 5 minutes. So I went out of the bunker like, right, I need to change my name. So I made up a new
Oh,
name for every people I met until I met Gary, and then we both became Gary and Gary for a bit. And uh, then
all right, here she
I
is.
met you. One of the first people I probably met from coming out the bunker as
Oh,
the policeman.
well, see, I unfortunately didn't make it to the bunkers in the prologue, so I was like,
Oh, welcome.
oh, hello.
Hey.
How's it going? Oh,
Not good.
well, join the club.
I am distraught.
Well, it was a hell of a ride though, right?
It was a very,
Mm-hmm.
it was very, very interesting.
Callie had been alive for almost half a year. I was working on her RP.
Yeah, I was. It's rough.
Right after the Battle of Berenzino was when Callie died.
I was going to ask that. Yeah, wasn't that when Habit killed like 7 people by
Yep,
himself?
I was there too.
Was she?
We were there together. We fought that battle together.
Yeah, that
My
was
little brethren.
that was some legendary shit. Except you would fucking Wolverine. Literally, you're like, hey, we're gonna go secure the barn area. We're gonna go secure the barn area. Fucking Habit is sitting in the corner just waiting for you guys to fucking go
No,
over.
the reason he got us was because my bag was sticking through the fucking wall.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
That giant ass fucking black backpack.
Oh, ooh,
That's how
Yeah.
he
yikes.
got us. Was because
Oh,
my backpack glitched through the fucking wall.
ooh, yikes. Ooh, ooh.
It was
I
epic though.
ooh.
Yeah, I feel honored to be killed by habit.
I did too.
I think I randomly noticed it first when I saw him killing zombies. But then actually no, it was when I saw him have a fist fight with Joella, and he was like kicking, and I'd never seen someone kick before. But it was because he could lay down on the floor and do a kick, and then get up so quick that it looked like he was just doing a standing kick like a Spartan warrior.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Habit's a fucking mean motherfucker.
That guy's insane. And then also, like they say as well, there's his sound level and level and aggression of his warnings. They're quite good. I actually think that he would make a good like army sergeant, giving like drills to the troops. He would
Good old tower
definitely
drills.
be good. Same sort of like voice and that for it.
Mm,
He's never initiated on me though yet. I haven't been lucky enough to experience it. I've just seen
oh,
it in videos.
I almost, I last last time I had a good powwow with Habit, I was trying to blast him with a vague gun. That
Oh
didn't work
wow.
out so well. Did you really? Oh, I'm never using the
That's
Vega
probably what
again.
I would pick against him. Oh wait, you wouldn't do that
I
again.
hate the Vega after that experience. I absolutely hate it.
Did you
I,
do where you fired all around him?
that I lost my August.
don't worry.
Great gun.
I lost mine too. So it's okay.
What was that? What was just lost? We
You
all
know,
we all lost
and
recently.
I was genuinely felt betrayed and pissed off. And also, just so, like, really, you impatient little spitfire.
Couldn't wait another day.
No, here's the thing. Okay, no, you have to look at from my perspective here. So, I had
The server was fucking up, and I have kids, dude.
yeah, no. I'm talking like RP wise. I'm just saying RP wise. So I get one of my allies. They get fucking stuck up. Like they get stuck up by tower, and tower by Almighty Jesus spares them. Like they don't kill them. So this guy says that tower radioed you and asked you if he knew them or anything or whatever. And then I got information from the leader that character was from, and I got information that you were still talking to Tower. So that's why I started this whole fucking rampage and shit. That's why Charlie did.
Because he was telling me about fucking. He was already radioing me at that time and letting me know information about the rats that were inside Gorka.
That's
And he asked me, he was like, "Do you know this character?" And I was like, "Honestly, I meet so many people every single day. I honestly can't tell you if I do or not."
Yeah, I only really got to meet you briefly, but I did love
here's
it.
the
I
thing.
loved how when I met you at that time when it was dark at night, because you were like swearing at everybody, and I thought it was brilliant. Such a character. Was you like that all the time, or was just that day?
100%.
You got.
What the fuck are you doing?
Believe it or not, Kali was Black Hand before Black Hand even began.
Oh shit.
Kali was the first cannibal group that was started.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
I forgot.
She's the Crimson Coven.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Terrorized fucking Servergrad and the tower.
Yeah, I
What,
heard all
became
about
like
that.
this nice leader of the settlement that's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Kali was totally a fucking cannibal.
Yeah, I know. There was
The
rumors
head
and
of
shit.
civilization.
Beautiful cannibal in disguise that literally used to fucking take people from Servergrad and feast upon their flesh.
I was.
Give them to human sacrifices to her great hecatomb.
Ah, so you love the cannibal as well then? Is that a common theme amongst your characters?
No, it's just my first girl that was supposed to be a cannibal in Baronzino. She died before she could even do anything.
Okay, yeah.
It didn't last long in Baronzino because they fucked with the wrong people.
True. We really.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, how did that go down? Because I didn't know what sparked
Oh,
it. What happened?
do we even want to talk about that?
Yeah, is that...
We were holding up a guy and Habit was with the guy. So in my head, I was like, if we don't take out Habit right here, right now, we're all gonna fucking die. And I thought when Habit fucking broke free and ran around the corner, they got him. So I was like, okay, we at least have a chance now. It doesn't matter who the fuck's out there, Habit's dead in here, so we have a chance.
Oh, that makes it even better because you guys actually thought he was dead. So then when he started killing everybody, you're like, wait, why is everyone dying? What? He didn't die?
The people outside were doing it.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize Habit was alive until he caught me.
That is
And I
amazing.
heard his voice chat, and I heard him, you better come out or you're gonna fucking die. And I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna try my damnedest. I'm gonna die.
And he just did it so quick, automatic.
Oh, fucking so quick. Peeked around that fucking corner. And
Yeah. Does he use a mouse and keyboard? Because he does that so quick.
oh, fucking yeah.
Yeah.
And Habit played PvP servers all the fucking time.
Yeah. I like it though. I admire it. The
Yeah, the dedication it must have took to get that good.
I don't know. I know.
I tried, but I felt like I got worse over time rather than better. When I first started, I'm pretty sure I got more kills when I first started. Now, I'm don't know. I think a lot of the time I feel bad, and then that's what stops me from actually doing it. You know, like where if you're winning a race, you've got to really want it to win it. Whereas I'm like, I don't really have the heart to, even on a non-role play server. I feel like I get a bit, yeah.
Kali was supposed to be an evil motherfucking bitch, but RP led her to be something a whole nother level because Kali had left the Crimson Witch behind her.
Oh, that's quite nice.
After the fall of the colony, my daughter was in the colony.
Yeah.
Her name was Emerald.
Oh, Emerald. Okay. Oh, I know Emerald. Right. Yeah. I knew her a little bit.
She was the sweetest girl ever, and she stuck beside me even after finding out I was cannibal. And believe it or not, her girlfriend was forced to eat human meat and became a cannibal, and I got them two together.
By the Black Hand.
And
Sorry.
shit went on in my, yeah, I'm fucking That's why whenever I was gonna fucking use you, I don't know if I could say this, but it never happened.
You're dead.
So I guess I can.
You're fucking dead, so you can say it. You're fucking dead, you can say
Yeah,
it.
we all are, so that's fine, right?
I don't care.
Kali's plan was I was gonna convince you guys to help me take out the power.
We were gonna. That's what we were gonna. But Charlie.
What the meeting was about. I didn't want to say it over.
Oh, we thought.
Actually, we can
we
definitely
thought-
talk about this because this is before time. But
we
we
thought
were
you
just
were
trying
gonna
to be
set us up.
prepared. So we was going to have protection.
To help me set up power and bring power to Alta. And then while they were interrogating you and Oscar, we were gonna come in behind them and take you all out one fell swoop.
Damn, that's rough. So we're gonna get fucked either way. We're gonna get fucked either way.
It's funny because really we should.
Murder you all, and I was personally gonna take your fucking head because I was the daughter of my death and my son.
What? I didn't do any of that. Tower did that. That wasn't me.
No, I personally blamed you because you brought Chris to me, and you were the one that fucking. I knew Black Hand was behind Emerald's girlfriend.
But that was
Immediately thought that Black Hand was the one that took out the power.
that was the old Black Hand, though.
So you two have had beef for a
This is
long
the
time.
new
This is
version.
like a real deep-rooted beef for months now, maybe, is it?
I blamed you for my kids dying. You were my adopted kids, but they were my kids.
You know what's?
I had a deep connection with them.
You want to know what's also really funny? Were you missing a cult by chance or anything? Like a cult 1911?
No, the
'Cause-
most thing that I was pissed off that you took was an entire box of flares. Do you know how fucking long it took?
You know what the
we go
funny
through
thing
them.
is? You know
In the
what the
Black
funny
Hand, we
thing
use
is?
them quite a lot.
The funny thing is, I also took your Colt 1911, and I still have it, or I still had it on me.
I didn't. It was in the back of my car. It was just an extra fucking gun.
No, it was on your holster. It was on your holster.
No, I didn't. That was all spare shit. Nobody gave a fuck about that.
No,
My car.
you remember?
White
No,
car.
no. You remember?
Was the car
You
okay?
remember the fight?
I
Do you
didn't see
remember
it.
the fight
What fight?
in Colony? The boxing fight. When all of your shit was on the floor. You had.
You stole my Colt.
Yes. And I carried it around for literally most of the time I was alive.
You little shit. I never noticed that.
As a souvenir. I took it as like a trinket. And the funny thing is, one of the people there could have saw me do it. Like literally saw me do it, and they're like, "What are you doing?" why are you by your stuff? What are you doing over there? I'm like, nothing.
I pretend a perma-collie for that.
Yeah, I know, because that's when they're fighting, or you could fight or whatever, but
If you died, you'd have to send in your clip.
yeah, if it was by accident, then
That one was totally by fucking accident.
yeah. And then I meet that guy, I think later on, and he joined Caravan and shit, the guy that knocked you out.
Yeah, he used to come by fucking Gorka all the fucking time and we'd bullshit with each other. He was like, you remember that fight? I was like, yeah, asshole.
Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
Because Caravan was the reason, like, I couldn't laugh anymore. Because Caravan, like, I was laughing, and I couldn't get my hands on meat without fucking giving myself away.
Mm.
After that.
Yeah, did you even try doing I used to try putting a gas mask on to try and like catch it at the right time when the laughs. Yeah, it didn't really seem to do that much. At the time I thought it was working, but I don't think it worked.
No, it didn't work at all.
What can you do? Maybe if you're like a cannibal group, in last season we had a few people that weren't cannibals. That helped because then they could go in and do all the normal human stuff.
One thing that has worked is either make up a story about how someone fed you human meat,
Yeah.
or the fact that you have Tourette's.
Yeah.
But you want to know a crazy story, and I could talk about it now because one, I'm dead. You guys are dead.
I
And
can.
two, it doesn't matter because she got all the fucking members killed.
I took down Cam Freedom, so I'm happy with that.
I know, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
that's my footprint.
Do you know Girly Ninja?
Yeah.
Damn.
I've never met her in game, but I've heard her on the radio, and I
She is a fucking character.
remember her from LR, I think. I remember you from LR. Did you used to make videos in there?
No, I was an elder staff.
Okay, yeah. So from like the four times, in the origins.
Yeah. Whenever I was on Lonely Roads, Enemy was literally my mentor. And I snatched up Enemy the first day on this server. Like, it was his first day on the server, and I met him in Gershino, and I immediately swooped him away to Gorka and talked him into fucking joining Gorka because I was like, you know what? Fuck you all. Enemy is mine.
I don't think I ever got to meet him. Is he not on the server?
Oops, shit.
Oh no, he's on the server, and I can't go into much detail because it's still meta right now.
He's still
Okay,
a
yeah.
character, He's still.
Yeah, Anyways, Pam created a whole story. Like, she came back to Gorka one day, and her clothes were all fucked up, and she was wearing nothing else. And she told us a story of how a group of guys that wore black hoods took her clothes off, shot them up, put a bag over her head, and force-fed her human meat.
Good old Black
Now,
Cat.
us in the tower murdered the entire group she fucking described.
Was it a setup?
You forgot some people.
She made the whole thing up.
Oh wow!
And it was just a group that she had met. Pam has dementia. So she made the whole thing up.
Oh fuck! Oh
So she
damn!
murdered an entire group for no fucking reason.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
That's
impressive.
That's fucked up.
It was beautiful. Like, after we killed them all, she's like, yeah, I made that shit up. I was like, oh, you fucking bitch.
That's cool.
I still have that man's head in my house.
That's cool though. That's actually cool.
And at the time you did it thinking they were monsters, so then you realised you were the monster.
Collie always knew she was the monster.
Well, I suppose in the apocalypse, doesn't really matter.
Died, I built Gorka gonna call it Emerald Heights, but I felt like that was a little too cliche.
I never really got to see Gorka Heights too much from the inside, but it sounded from the outside. It sounded like it was like I just imagined it to be a giant party all the time, with like loads of people there.
90% of the time, unless Tower was there, and then they were holding someone up or murdering someone in there.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah.
Oh, the amount of people that fucking died in there. Okay, you know the player Mint?
Oh yeah.
We've caught him doing sketchy shit at least 4 times and murdered him in the same exact place 4 times. Not even joking.
Wait, they tortured him in the same place 4 times?
Yeah, because he kept doing sketchy shit with each player.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, they would catch him doing sketchy shit and bring him to us, or we would bring him there. Like, the first time him and his brother were in Kingdom, and they robbed my husband and one of our friends, and there was 2 other guys that was there, but...
Was your husband the guy who shot me by accident?
Redemption.
Don't think.
Oh, Redemption. Okay, I've seen him in game before. All right.
If you ever run into Redemption, that's like my actual real life husband.
Was he at Benzino?
Oh, how do you do that? Do you have like a console each?
Oh, okay.
None of my other characters met Redemption's character, but when I moved to Gorka, I just so happened to move right next to his secret base location. Like, you son of a bitch. So we became close friends back then when I first moved there, and then just recently we started dating in game. Like, we were building our relationship from the ground up, but it was really nice. It was really sweet for me and him.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit refreshing because it's like, yeah, I can understand. I'm looking forward to when my girlfriend gets to play because when the PS5 comes, one of us will go on the PS4, one will go on the PS5. She's better at Call of Duty than me.
My husband wants to buy a PS5 and he thinks that he's getting it.
Yeah.
If you're watching the podcast, babe, I'm getting it.
I'm looking forward to the recordings better. The recordings actually in HD, so it'll be so good. And I hope that it's a better system. Because I don't know about you, but I quite keep often thinking it's recording, but you can never tell without cancelling the recording. The only way you can tell. So I wonder if they've got a different system on the PS5. But the pictures are better as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a few characters that when they find out the truth about Kali's death, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, we pretty much found out from someone, so we were like, oh, well, that fucking breaks our we were so pissed off that you died because we were
you were the focus of all our plans.
We had such a good dude. If you waited like an hour or 2 more, we would have had such a good fucking RP scene, me and you. It would have been so good. I'm telling you right now.
With me, Mackenzie, he wanted to go patch things up with the tower so badly, and I wish I would have messaged my husband at that point because my husband would have talked me out of it.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I mean, because I learned early on that I think that going to the tower is a death sentence for anybody, right? If they just go up to, you got intel on a group.
No, because I've literally been allowed inside the tower all the way up to the bridge to walk across the bridge and shit.
Oh yeah.
They adored Kali, and when they found out that we were going after them, a lot of the tower members, they weren't mad, but they were heartbroken. Because they all considered Kali like one of their close friends, and they trusted Kali with so much.
And then I suppose
Genuinely heartbroken.
And then because the plans are actually real, then they're like, well, we have to stop this now because otherwise there's going to be more plans.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't going to actually go through. Like, we had plans, but I wasn't going to actually go through with it. After you raided the base, you solidified that the tower was needed in the area because they were the only ones that had
Otherwise,
the
this
power to keep it at bay.
yeah, because otherwise this crazy torture cult's gonna go around trying to preach their crazy ideals.
You took a fucking mute girl.
Don't
Well, we
worry.
can't speak too
Don't
much into it,
worry.
but there's more to come on that.
Sorry, we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we can't because that's within the window, but there is
Yeah, you can't talk about where she is now, but
no.
about her fucking taking her.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you though, we would have had such a great RP scene though. Like me and you, the location I picked out was so fucking perfect. It was amazing. Like it would have been so good. You would have loved you would have loved that scene. I would have loved the fuck out of that scene as well. Like, oh man.
It would have been good, and maybe Carly would still be alive right now.
I think we would as well because we in a way they say about the whole and no actually this is in the window as well. We can't talk about that yet.
No. We'll talk about it, like, in a couple days.
Yeah.
That should be paid.
Glad I stopped myself there. That was good. That was a good catch.
Yeah, especially seeing the power of mine.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, but yeah.
I would have to.
Oh, how's it gone so far then? In that case, then have we broke any so far? I'm always trying not to break any rules. Oh, good.
See anything so far, but then again, I am still in training as a trial.
Yeah.
Wow.
I make mistakes because I'm still learning how they run it over here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be learning it for a while because it took me a long time to learn exactly how people deal with shit in LR. But once I got the hang of it and I had Adamu as my mentor, I was golden.
Is it much different then?
Kinda, because, well, I can't give away too much because it's just mod information, and that's not, so. It's kinda different, especially their hierarchy, because trial mods are expected to do so much more than LR's trial mods were, and it's kind of a little overwhelming, but you get the hang of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably ignorant to a lot of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but I love the end product. Like it all seems to work really well. I love the community.
I genuinely wasn't ever going to get on WTR, but I missed RP so much, and to me, the next best thing to Lonely Roads, because Lonely Roads is my home. It always will be, and it doesn't matter what server it is, it will never be Lonely Roads. And that's not dissing We the Remain or anything, it's just Lonely Roads was where I first RP'd in a massive server, and
Yeah.
I just it just is nostalgic to me. So nothing will be as good as Lonely Roads to me, and that's why I didn't want to play here for the longest time. And finally, I was like, you know what? All of my buddies are over there. I might as well give it a shot. So I joined the prologue, and prologue is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I hated the prologue.
You was like a civilian character, from what I saw anyway, and you were like helping us out with things and informing us and stuff, and then you became part of the trial, the prosecution, weren't you?
Yeah, the entire what are they called? Jury was literally his people.
Yeah. Wait, you mean the captain's people, not Mark's people? Yeah.
No, it was Mark's people.
Uh,
It was Mark's people.
oh well, that's brilliant. But then the end result ended up being so. I think.
We tried our best to make it to where they didn't execute him.
Yeah.
But they just pretty much said, "Fuck you and the jury. You guys don't decide for him."
Yeah. Oh, well, I only know the legal system in England, but it's actually like that in England for us, where the jury only decide on the verdict or whatever. So they only decide guilty or innocent, but the judge is the one that decides the punishment. So in English law, that would have been that way.
The jury decides innocent, they're let go.
Yeah. But you guys said guilty, so that's what got him killed.
Oh, I think I remember this. What happened?
We said not guilty.
Yeah. Then he just, well, to be fair, you would know better than me because I wasn't there with that talk. I just saw what the captain came over and told us. So he was actually just like diddling everybody.
Oh, it was basically a shit show. And then after he died, I took over the area over there of the resistance and became the fucking prologue's doctor and hosted an entire clinic that just helped everybody.
You, did you make it into the bunker?
No, I had to deal with real life shit that day.
So many people had that. I actually my girlfriend was a little bit annoyed at me at the time because I was like, oh no, something's just happened. The bombs are dropping, Millie. I have to go on there and do this. And she's like, what? You don't have to do that. And I had to because the bombs are dropping. Otherwise, we would have all died in atomic radiation.
Yeah. My character unfortunately had to die because I physically could not get on.
No.
That upset me. I wish they would have done like multiple ones.
Yeah.
Time zones.
Just to give people a chance, because otherwise it was like if you were lucky enough to be around at that time.
Yeah. Because pretty much everybody is a prologue, but a handful of people have to die that day.
Yeah.
Which is good because a lot of people created throwaway characters for the Black Hand. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading. I was reading the death.
Wow.
I didn't even know who the Black Hand were before. This is actually all new to me.
Is what is me.
Before I met him.
Why did you say Raven?
That was my code name.
Your code name was my last character's name?
That was my code name. That was my code name, homie.
Dude, we killed an old man because of you.
I'm sorry, guys.
What poor old man.
The old man that was in Gorka with his truck.
Oh my god!
Fuck!
Oh my god!
We're gonna
that is
kill
hilarious.
him. We're gonna
We had
torture
no
that
idea.
guy. We're gonna
Yeah,
torture him.
We wanted him to come to us, and he was so annoyed he was coming to you, and we said, don't go to them because they're probably going to torture you and kill you.
Dude,
don't
and
go
our
to them, it's
time
going to be
zones.
bad.
Our time zones were so fucked too. We were trying to get a hold of him.
It's so ironic because to us, it looked like he followed us all the way from Gorka to here. Because he was
Wow.
here when we left. And then 2 days later, he finds us all the way in Metallurg looking for truck spawns. And then 8 or 9 guys are seen in the trees, and we're like, oh no, who the fuck did you just bring to us? And so while we're sitting there interrogating him, we were about to let him go. And then he says, well, I
Oh,
used to have a meeting
fuck.
with a friend of mine.
Jeez.
And we were like, what friend? And he was like, Charlie Sampson. And I was like,
Wait a minute.
The bane of
Wait
your
a minute.
life.
Hold the fuck up. We didn't even tell him. We didn't even tell him our names. How is he supposed to fucking tell? We didn't even tell him our names.
use your radio name.
That's such BS. I hate when fucking people do that shit. So stupid.
My character was like, no, he knows more than what he's putting on because he said Charlie's full name. I didn't even know his full name.
No, I don't tell people that shit. Mm-mm. God
Oh,
damn it.
wow.
I accidentally deleted the Zello thingy. Fuck.
Yeah, you was even putting on a fake voice for that. I was there when you was contacting him. Oh wait,
Oh,
might have been a
right.
different time though.
He totally meant that shit, right?
Yes, he did.
But that meta got him killed.
So it's like karma.
Too bad that meta got him killed.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Your name, not
Dude, I'm...
30 seconds later on the
I'm not even gonna lie. I've had to deal with such meta bullshit since I started the Black Hand backup.
That's why they recommend you to put your name as your initials
Yeah.
and a radio frequency.
Yeah, because I've been doing it just the radio frequency, but I notice sometimes it's a little bit confusing finding people that you know. So I have to write down on a bit of paper what the numbers
God
are
damn it!
allocated to each player.
Fuck. What is? Hold up.
Like if you make friends with someone, because otherwise there are a long list of people there, and if they got numbers, you don't know who they are.
Every time my character dies, I remove everyone from my history.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
I'm
do
gonna have to
too.
do that. That's a
I
good
do as
idea.
well. Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
That way, I don't mistake someone and radio someone else, and then information doesn't get out.
Yeah, well, it just makes it. Otherwise, I've got that problem where there's a long list of people there, and I never know which ones. Like, I'm trying to find someone, but I don't know who's who.
Every time I cut ties to someone, or someone dies, or I die, I remove it from the history.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
The only thing in my history is the Gorka community radio and the public radio, just because I'm nosy and I want to hear what's going on after I died.
Yeah.
It's not like I can meta it, and I'm not creating another character this iteration, so.
Oh, you know, how long is the iteration still going on for?
I have no idea.
I feel like
We updated.
it needs to die down. You know what I mean?
There needs to be another iteration, because it's just the same RP being regurgitated.
We need new ideas. We need creativeness again. You know what I mean?
I like what I've seen the whole time with it because I'm quite new. I feel like everything I see is new. Like none of it's really getting old for me yet. But a lot of the time is exactly, and a lot of the times I have been around, I've just been like on my own. Like when I first tried Lonely Roads, I thought the name was quite appropriate because I spent most of the time just travelling around on my own.
Well, did you ever meet Rose in Lonely Roads?
No, I met one guy. Yeah, I think I met one guy the whole time. And then when I went to Livonia, I met a few more people.
My girl Rose was the reason Lonely Roads created the level cap. Not level cap, but the cap on how many players could be in a group. Because in a matter of a month, I accumulated over 60 plus members in Devil's Castle.
Oh wow, that's enough to take the whole server, like the cap for it.
You would think so, but there were so many people that
Yeah.
were in so many different time zones that only about 20, 30 guys would be awake at a time.
Oh well, that's still quite a good number. But yeah, no wait, actually, didn't you have a really good number this iteration as well? Haven't you?
I had about 25.
Oh wow.
Damn.
But recently, we didn't have anybody awake because a lot of people got bored with the RP and stopped playing.
Oh yeah.
So it really hurt us in general because we only had about maybe 10 people awake at most on good times.
Feel
I know personally that my buddy Sam in the game is going to be extremely pissed off at Kali.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because she was not supposed to die, and he's going to be super pissed off.
And would he blame you as well? Because he'd be like, she shouldn't have gone to tower.
No, the fact. Well, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. Take it back.
You can't. I didn't say anything.
Oh, debated. You just got debated.
Okay, we
real
can
quick.
rewind, right? We can rewind.
Cancel it.
If I rub lotion on it, will it get better?
Literally, before we were all figuring everything out, he said, because we were supposed to have a meeting with Black Hand. He wanted to be a part of these dangerous meetings.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if anything happened to Kali, he was going to take out as many people as possible. And when we were planning on having a meeting couple days ago, my husband and me had a plan where the moment Towers tried to held me up, my husband was going to put a bullet in the back of my head and take out as many towers as possible to avoid me from getting tortured. And Sam was going to do the same thing. He was going to go there with Jack, be in the tree line, watch me. Jack was going to put a bullet in my head, and they were both going to start spraying.
Good way.
Take out as many.
But, oh, things turned out differently in a different parallel dimension. Maybe he could have, that tactic would have been used on us.
Wah. Rose, do you have your volume turned up?
Maybe?
Mr. Boom is saying that he can't hear you.
Oh, he can't hear me?
No, I don't think so.
I gotta go into the YouTubes.
The YouTubes.
I don't see the chat.
What the fuck?
I can't see the chat.
Is it in the Discords? I think I saw it in the Discords.
Oh my god. Oh, I see
Yeah.
now.
I also have it. Dude, I have hours of fucking shit I gotta edit as well.
Not a black-haired cannibal, but she was the Crimson Coven. She was the
Crimson Coven.
Witch.
I was actually trying to find the Crimson Coven or whatever, as Charlie Sampson when I was in Camp Freedom, just to see what they were about. Because I
knew that you said, like, oh, see, I didn't know it in game, and I never used it in game, but I knew you sent Chris to get me.
Oh, no, that was all her. That she was obsessed with you. Like, I don't know what the hell was so big about. I honestly, I didn't know you were the girl from Con.
Character that you wanted me personally.
I don't know if I really want.
Whenever I got kidnapped.
Did I? I don't remember. I'd have to watch my film. No.
Oh, I didn't know about this. I can't verify.
She said that you should
I'd have to look at the video again. I have the video, like it's in my YouTube channel. I'd have to look at it again.
Because, like, we're friends out of character, so we talk about shit, like, after shit goes down. And, like, there's nothing you can do about it at that point.
Yeah, I have to, like I said, I have to look.
Like now.
But
Because, like, we talked about all this shit after Chris died.
Yeah.
And they brought me her gun and her ghillie suit.
damn.
I totally did not tear up that ghillie suit.
You tore up the ghillie suit. It's okay.
I feel like there's the pattern that whenever I meet her, Chris, within 2 or 3 days, she's probably going to get tortured and killed.
Oh my gosh.
Just like Joella.
Yeah.
Always gets tear up.
I feel bad for her. She is so rough. My God. I have such.
See if I can fix my volume.
I have so many videos of just Charlie Sampson. Holy shit.
Fix it. Audio output settings.
Yeah, try that, and then I think you.
It just says when I don't know what these words mean.
Honestly, I can hear you just fine.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's sharing and broadcasting because I have all my settings set to.
Let me see. Let me turn up the volume on the stream here.
Audio and video clips, share quality audio, include my microphone audio.
Let me turn up the volume on the stream here. Oh yeah, it does. It does sound like you're kind of a little silent.
Let me try resetting my headset.
Oh yeah, it does. It does sound like you're. Okay, yeah, try that. Oh man. Actually,
Oh yes,
she
I was
brought
just
up
gonna
a
try
good
and
idea.
think.
Honestly, well, think about it this way. If you start, say you die, right? Like we are, like the same position we are in. I mean, you do have a point. Like, what is the point of essentially making a new character, especially with all this shit going on? And then how do you just plant yourself in the middle of that, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to do that unless you want to create a pre-made group,
Yeah. I don't.
like with a bunch of other people that just died.
Yeah, that actually just gives me a good idea. Like, that just gives me the idea of waiting.
I feel like there was so much I didn't see though, and also when I felt like when I first joined last season, Daisy.
Daisy.
Wait a second. When that happened, you was the one with the light. When I was on the roof of that building, I thought it was Tower coming for me.
No, whenever you were the dude in the fucking
Yeah,
dress and fucking curly wig.
yeah.
First when she came to Metal Mode.
Yes, yeah. I remember you. Yeah, and then I got shot by that guy who I thought was her husband.
Oh, yes. No, that was Enemy.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
He shot me right in the dress.
yeah, he accidentally shot you because you stepped in front of him and it was a complete accident.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
It ruined the dress. That was the first thing I asked.
Every single time I say Steve Tower, I was like, you know, I met your abomination.
Your abomination.
I enjoyed being the abomination. My girlfriend actually said to me, I don't know if you heard before, I might have already said it, but she said that she doesn't know how I'm going to top it. She was like, I just don't think you can do anything better than that. She was like, I think, like, but I don't
Didn't
know.
meet
I just
Norman,
don't think.
though, on Boom.
I can't get anything as unique as this anymore. Now anything, I'm just going to have to go in and just be a normal person next.
You have no idea. When I joined this server, I had so many people, quote, run into me.
Things are just so sus.
So many of my old LR people would hear me over the radio talking about Gorka or something, and they would come and join because of my past with LR. And they had never met my character, and they literally just wanted to RP with Rose.
I can see how that happens because when you hit like a friendly voice over the radio and that, especially when there's, I noticed that about Oasis, when groups give their location away, then that invites people to, in a way, it invites people to come flock there.
Because literally, Gorka became literally a small place of civilization. Like, we had a open bar, we had a restaurant, we had a trade zone, we had a giant bonfire in the middle.
Yeah, I never got to see it, but it sounds amazing.
It's a witch's bonfire, you know, with the scarecrow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I saw that one. Oh.
Yep, we watched that from afar, don't worry.
I thought it was a campfire at first when I was running up there on my own, and I was like, someone's got to be home in their base because there's a campfire. And then I got close and realised what it was.
No way.
Yeah, it's a constant bonfire. It was beautiful because you could literally, it could be pouring down rain and you would be dry next to it.
Did you specifically request it, or was it already there when you moved in?
Once you hit 12 members, you can request a static item, and the bonfire is considered a static item because it doesn't bring any benefit really, other than it's a fire.
Yeah.
You can't cook off of it or anything.
Does it make you warm?
Oh yeah, it instantly dries your clothes.
Oh wow!
The fuck?
I had no idea there was use to it. That's cool.
Yeah, literally, you could be standing right next to it and your clothes, like, it could be pouring rain and your clothes would be dry. And it literally took like 30 seconds for it to dry all your clothes without taking your clothes off. It was really fucking nice.
I've never really worried about the rain that much. You know, like when they get wet. I don't know about you guys, but I don't find I ever really get ill unless I'm hungry. and then I get ill.
Mhm.
But the rain and that never really, and also in real life as well. I always like the rain. I feel like it's the best time. So I tend to, in character, quite enjoy the rain. But I noticed everybody else moans about the rain a lot.
No way. That was a month ago.
Oh, you're looking
Shit.
for your footage?
Dog, that feels like so long. All this doing RP feels
Not changing.
wait. Oh, I'm just on my phone.
No, I can see your DayZ screen on the
Is,
YouTube thing.
is it showing his character bound up?
No.
No, it's showing his old ass man character.
Yeah, this is my new character right here. I'm trying to dude, my vocal cords after this character are gonna be so bad. If I choose to enter now or wait till the end of the iteration.
I plan on doing, like, the next character I come up with is probably just going to be balls to the walls crazy. Because I have a group idea that I've been bouncing around, and I can't get enough people to start. Because what I want to do is I want to create the wolf pack, is what it's going to be called. I know
God.
it's a silly name,
Oh
but
God.
it's cool if I explain it.
You talking about the wolves, huh? Huh? You bringing back the wolves, huh?
Do you remember how much stick everybody? Oh, how original!
No. Mine is totally different because it's going to have a main two leaders that are not cannibals.
It's big pogs.
And they were going to be Mother Alpha and Father Beta.
Oh, the mother's alpha. Okay, yeah, I like that. Empowering women. Daisy approves.
Daisy approves.
Yeah.
Daisy approves. Oh my God.
Is going to be this sweet little southern woman, and she's just going to bring you over to her community. And then Father Beta is going to be this super stern, strong, muscly dude that's like pretty much the beef of the group, aka Mother Alpha's bodyguard. And the main thing that I want to do with this is I want to get a video of Daisy wolves howling. So we're gonna go out in the dead of night. It's gonna work great for the server because it's dark as fuck in this server.
It's very dark. Very dark indeed.
Also than other servers, because I don't really play this nowadays, so I don't really know what others are like.
Some servers are bright as fuck at night, but this one is dark. Without a light, you can't see shit.
I mean, I just turned my TV brightness up all the way, and I don't have a problem.
That's cheating.
Oh, it is. My bad. I don't know that, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Just rewind it.
I've had those. I've had.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
no. Hear me out. I've had those settings on for the 3 years I've been playing Daisy. Okay, so cut me some slack. Okay, I'm used to it. Okay.
But anyways, whenever the wolf pack, like the wolf pack is all cannibals. Everybody in the wolf pack is cannibals except for Mother and Beta. And they're gonna be the comforting, let me lead you to an area where my wolf pack can get you.
I see.
They're not gonna like lead you directly to the wolf pack because that's against the rules. But they're gonna lead you to a area where the wolf pack hunts generally. And then when you go out at night in that area, because you think that it's a safe area, the wolf pack is
I like
So you're making the
King
black hand
Dragon.
again? Is that what you're making? You're making the black hand?
No, just listen.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
The wolf pack is actually gonna act animalistic
Oh God.
and actually fucking crazy. And they're gonna treat Mother and Beta like wolves actually treat their alpha and beta.
Wow.
all you're gonna hear is the Daisy wolf. So you don't know if it's the wolf pack coming for you or actual wolves.
Interesting.
Because I'm gonna be playing it through a megaphone.
Microphone?
They said a fucking distance. Because when you get the megaphone, it's a fucking distance you can hear. And if I get someone with the megaphone that has a keyboard, they can make that sound go a fucking distance.
Sheesh.
And I suppose that would make different players react differently. Some people maybe like run away, and people that they prepare expect wolves to rush them, and then people come out with guns instead.
No, it wouldn't be people with guns per se. There would be a few big bulky dudes with guns, and others with knives and brass knuckles.
Well, there's also, that's the thing, there's also talks for next iteration us not really seeing any guns. So
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Forces people to, because like the prologue was great in a sense, but I hated it because only the military had guns.
Yeah, whereas I suppose this is like completely even. I like the idea that if someone's got a
Yeah.
gun on them, they maybe, if they're lucky, they got like another
All I know
reload on
is-
it, and that's it.
All I know is I'm taking a little break from being a villain, okay? Because that shit, I've been a villain all iteration. That shit takes a lot out of you.
You just want to chill out.
I'm gonna chill out, yeah. I'm probably just gonna chill out. I'm proud with my achievements, but
Being a community leader is its own thing.
it's so stressful.
It is very stressful. Because Gorka was attacked all the fucking time. It was constantly busy, and every single time I would wake up, I would have 30 some odd people wanting to talk to me about different shit.
Yeah.
We actually started changing our outfit, and we all started wearing the same exact outfit. And you couldn't tell who you were talking to. It was great. Like, we had green baklavas, combat, shirt and pants, foot carrier.
Yes, boom. Charlie was alive for a long time.
It was completely the same. The only
Very
thing
long
that
time.
difference between people is their backpack.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
two
4
of us
months.
wore the green beret with the star on it. Everybody else wore blank green berets.
It was a long ride.
Me and my head of security wore the ones with the stars. So only if you paid attention, you'd know who you're talking to. Or if we talked, of course.
I don't know about you, but like, especially after like like you go through like such a big character like that, and then you die. It just it kind of makes you a tiny bit burnt out. You know what I mean? 'Cause you're like, oof.
Playing until next iteration because I physically cannot create another
I'm a little bit oof.
genuinely heartbroken.
I'm a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I'm a little bit.
I wonder
oof.
whether you guys are in a different boat than me because you two were in it a lot longer than me. Whereas I feel like I came in and was quite brief, and if anything, I like the I felt like I got what we wanted. You know, we did good. I like what we did, but I feel
Yeah.
sad for you guys because you guys were actually like really attached to and spent a long time building. I wasn't a leader, so it was just fun for me.
The thing is, if you don't dedicate a lot to a character, then why make a character? You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
Making a throwaway character just to enhance RP for the people that are really dedicated.
Yeah.
There are people that do that. I think Joella is a prime example because she makes a shit ton of throwaway characters.
Yeah, Charlie was originally going to be a throwaway character. I told Shifty about this, but I just made him into not a throwaway character. So,
Arthur. Oh, I can't say that. Never mind.
don't you say it, damn it. Ah.
We can't rewind it.
Well, I mean, I can't say it, but I didn't say it. I just said Arthur.
No.
Arthur. Sorry, I was like
But
thinking
also
back to
give
Red Dead.
away too much of his plot line just because of the simple fact that he's still alive.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not good.
And I don't want people to meta it.
We can only talk about our characters and our. But you two had some epic beef for a long time, so that's good. And I loved the radio message that you sent. It was amazing.
I still think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, don't you have? I don't know if it's just me. You just like you're happy that you're dead, like your character's dead, because you can like start a new one. But then it just feels like you're a piece of you just gone. You know what I mean?
Whenever I died, I went into bot command, and I was like, I just feel like my best friend just died.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You have to dedicate so much to us to characters. It's so important you do that.
Yeah, it really sucks when your character dies because all of your friends.
I was thinking that that's the worst thing about it. Yeah, and I feel the same as well. You know, like when you see somebody that's died, I don't feel like you can't just go over there and talk to them. It's like you got to like ignore them. And or actually, because my saddest moment was when I was responsible for killing Miguel, and when that happened, I felt so sad because it was like he was friends with everybody and he was alive for so long, and we just took him away from his friends. And now when he turns up, everyone has to be like, "Who are you?" I was like, I felt so sad. Poor Miguel.
Yeah, everybody. Well, that's one of another reasons that I don't want to create another character because my PSN is going to be recognized no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll always be known as the dickweed that led the demise of Camp Freedom.
And I'm always going to be known as blue.
Yeah.
Well, if I turn up not in a dress, people are totally not going to think that I was so distinct as I was. So I don't even know what I'm going to look like next.
Remember that dress.
That's exactly, yeah. Well, I'm looking at it right now. The thing, right in
Yeah,
front
this
of
is
me.
my new
It's naked as
character.
well.
This is my
Just got the
new
wig
fucking
on.
character. I'm playing as an old man. My next character is an old man. So,
I never actually thought I would be an old man.
A Karen who got a handful of crack.
yeah.
I always call the ghillie wigs if you don't wear the ghillie suit with the ghillie wigs. I was like, oh look, I'm a Karen.
God.
So when you showed up with that on, I was like, oh my god, it's a fucking Karen. Crap.
I did have Karen was my cover name at one point in time. So yeah,
Karen.
yeah. We're thinking of the same one. You know, the one that like comes in and like.
I need to speak to your manager.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
I'm calling corporate.
I'm calling. I'm calling you customer service.
I had to be a Karen one time for my kid at school.
Oh God. Can't imagine.
Well, I don't really consider it being a Karen, just because my son was 2.5 hours late from being dropped off on the bus. And they had to, like, they completely forgot my kid was on the bus. And they brought him all the way back to the school, and they're like, oh shit, there's a kid on here, and he's in first grade.
It's rough.
He was 5 years old, and forgotten about.
Field trip.
Yeah, I can definitely. No, it's justified.
With a bunch of high schoolers.
Oh no.
Pissed me off beyond belief.
Poor kid.
Because I'm like, my baby is on the bus with a bunch of crazy ass high schoolers. I know what high schoolers are like. I was a high schooler not too long ago, motherfucker.
That could be crazy. Chewing gum in hair.
Oh, I literally have the superintendent's personal phone number now.
It's funny.
Because the school gets an attitude with me every time I call because have so much issues with my kids because kids are fucking mean. Like, kids were on the bus punching my son in the private parts. Just being fucking outright aggressive to him for no fucking reason because he's a nice boy.
I feel like as we people get older, that everybody gets like nicer, don't we? Like I feel like when we're at school, where everybody's is a little bit more meaner. But myself personally, anyway, I feel like as I've got older, I've got more love for everybody.
Oh no, I'm an aggressive, mean ass bitch. I fucking hate you.
Oh, oh, that's brilliant.
I don't have to see you face to face and want to punch you in the face.
And if you could actually do that and not feel too bad about it, you could punch me in the face in the game. You know what I mean? Like
I used to beat the shit out of people in Scorpio.
yeah.
Anytime someone pissed her off, she just deck them in the face. 100%. Like, that was just college. Like, if you literally, if someone threw a piece of paper on my ground and walked away from it, I would beat the living shit out of you. Holly was an extreme neat freak. I hate, because when you throw a bunch of shit on the ground, if I have a flag up, it's not gonna go away for a fucking minute.
Yeah. Do they not know this?
In my home.
What are you doing? What are they doing?
And what pissed me off the most was I literally had an entire crate dedicated to people to throw their paper in.
There was even a designated place for the place.
I was like, there's literally a piece of paper out here right next to the fire, so you can use the paper for kindling.
Do you know what the problem is?
Once they use it or it's full, throw it in the goddamn fire barrel.
It's because you're surrounded by idiots. That's what's going on here.
Uh-huh.
Look back to every single one of your problems throughout your life and think you're surrounded by idiots at that moment in time, and that's why that happened.
They're all imbeciles.
Including me.
Oh yeah, you were one of the biggest. You were an entertaining imbecile.
I actually remember when I was at school, I used to get annoyed when people would like laugh at me. But then, not long after leaving school, I realised that I thought actually I want to try and use that as a gift. So then I learned to enjoy making people laugh. Even though I know that some people they make people laugh with them, I'm definitely more a laugh at me kind of person rather than a laugh with me. But yeah, like I learned to embrace it. I gave up my caring about my image.
Haters gonna hate.
I know so much now. Oh.
How did you gain so much insight? What happened?
One word, posters.
Ah, I'm interested now. None of us are alive, so we're allowed to look at me.
Making them take it down.
Oh yeah, because that's yeah, good point.
Oh, my body?
Surprised they're not making them take it down.
Yeah.
Probably because all the admins are asleep.
Am I allowed to say I loved actually meeting Mr. Dangerboom? Because normally I never get to meet him.
Oh, he's cool.
The thing is, with that, only the mods can post posters. They have to make a ticket and prove that they were there. So they literally have to take a picture of your dead body.
It was by Boom. It was a mod. Or trial mod.
Yeah.
Damn it, Boom! God damn it! I'm kidding. I love you, buddy. Much hugs. God damn it, Boom! I'm gonna kick your ass.
I've
love Boom.
loved everybody involved. It's been good meeting everybody.
Boom. Honestly, I don't even care that I died, but like, who can say they met Boom, you know? Come on, guys. Who can say they met Boom and Wildlet for a second time on their second character, okay? I've met them twice.
And
Oh,
we actually quite literally got to do whatever we wanted.
we really did. We really fucking did. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll see how I can weasel my way in with this new character.
Whoa.
So much now.
I think I'll give it a
I'm
shot.
checking.
What? What?
Oh,
What's going
I didn't hear.
on? Oh.
Well, something we can talk about instead, though, is the different dresses that I've discovered.
No, we are not going to talk about it.
I could talk to you about it in the Discord, though, Isaac. But I can't say it in here because people will mess with me.
Yeah, I know.
Sweet Justin.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. It's very rough.
That is hilarious.
Oh, actually, I think I know what it is, because this is something earlier when it brought up I wanted to say to you, but I knew I couldn't because of the 12-hour window. So I'm pretty sure when you said karma is all the words you need to say, really, isn't it?
Comma.
Karma. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't fucking spell. There we go.
Pretty sure there will be a video tomorrow
I
when the
have to
time's
do
right to come out.
I have to do editing.
I think that whoever did do it might post a video because if they don't, like the studios messed up.
Yeah, they did. Well, they made out as if they was gonna.
I really didn't know how to RP my deck. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, it was a big surprise, but like my character has been wanting to die. Like, I don't know how else I can really emphasize that he's been wanting to die without being like without emphasizing as much, without like pain or whatever. Because he's been tortured by chaos and stuff. He's used to pain, so it's like I didn't know how really. I don't know what else to really say. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
Just let Collie kill you.
That's all. I feel like I have to talk like about it. Like I'm not gonna go into depth about it because obviously metagaming and all that stuff. But I honestly didn't know. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to fucking really like. I didn't know how to really exaggerate his death because, like I said, he's been butchered. He's been tortured. He's gone through all this shit. So it's like, bruh, fucking kill me because that's just him. He doesn't care anymore. He's lost all will to live. So it's like, I feel like a jackass saying that. I wish I could have like done more in that situation, but it's like my character doesn't give a fuck about his life. That's all I'm gonna say
I
about
had a last act of defiance before I died. So I'm gonna say it.
And like
Ah.
the thing is, I could have gone out like pow 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 pow, boop 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 boop. But I wanted them to enjoy the RP experience. So I'm like, okay. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say any more. Not gonna say any more.
Yeah, actually,
Zip.
that
Zip.
stuff we can talk about like that though is back in the past I had the opposite side of that where I kept getting deaths like KOS and shit, and they was never. I felt like it wasn't good for like footage or anything. Whereas I did always say, okay, next time the opportunity happens, I'm just going to submit because I feel like the footage would be better because then I actually get more out of it rather than just a blank screen. As soon as you try and fight back, the footage is over. But at least you can have like much longer going on with like, yeah.
My character is gonna be so good. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure. I'm still trying to elaborate on my character. A new one. But no, yeah, I haven't been KOS'd yet on the server, and I'm gonna jinx myself on that.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily KOS. It was arguable. It was where people ran down screaming, "Put your hands up!" And I put my hands up, and on my footage that I sent in, it's rapid, like how quick I put my hands up. But on their screen, because of lag, they don't think I put their hands up. So I'm standing there with my hands up, and they just gun me down.
Yeah, like, I've been playing this for 3 years, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I still don't know half of the fucking emojis.
Yeah, well, actually, but just before a few times when I do get, if ever I do get ambushed, actually before I arrive to a new base, I always get the surrender ready, because I feel like that's the difference between life and death a lot of the time. One of the first things I check is get the surrender. I'm more likely to click surrender than pull my gun out.
But like, I feel like people should give you, you know, a little bit more time, because you could be new to RP, you could be new to this like DayZ, and you could possibly not understand, you know, the emotes and stuff, and you'd have to take time to, you know, whatever. I feel like people should give people more time to do that, instead of being like, oh, you have 5 seconds. Oh, 5 seconds is over. 5 seconds is over. You're dead. You know, like.
And you're like, where is it? Where is it?
I thought so, but like they're fucking.
It makes it no fun if you don't wait.
But then like people can like say, this is what I think people would say, but they can be like, oh, he didn't say what I was, or he didn't listen to my demands, so ha, bitch, it's fuck you. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, they can say that shit.
My favorite sayings that came from Kali was anytime someone pissed her off, she would literally go, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Well, you know.
On their high horse. I get it now. I've just put them together.
In my defense, okay.
No, their high horses, I mean.
In my defense, I got called pedophile fucking the whole month I was alive, alright? So, fight me. Yeah, that's a whole
do you remember
story
when there was
itself.
that guy that made that ages ago, so we can talk about it, when he made that girl strip naked? She was underage and everyone kicked off about it.
The thing is, it was such misinformation, though.
I didn't either until just before we did the thing.
Dude,
you told me about it.
They stole our NBC gear, and we were stripping them to make sure they didn't have our fucking NBC gear on them, which they did, and that's why we fucking were strip searching them. So it's like, and then the whole server was being told by the 17-year-old, oh, I was touched by these pedophiles or whatever. And they were instantly on board with killing us when they don't know the whole story. It's like, bro.
That was brilliant.
It was like, dude.
I met him as my police officer character, and I was really scared because I'd heard the rumours, and I was scared that they was going to touch me too. But luckily, they didn't touch me, so it was okay.
And this is when I was still, like, this is the first time I'm a bad character. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm still learning at this point, and you can see that of how sloppy our robberies were and shit. Like, they've gotten better, but I was so bad. We were so unorganized. It was rough. It was really rough. But I'm kind of done with that.
Being a bad guy when you've never been a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because my first robbery with Kali, it wasn't even robbery, it was just, I'm going to fucking shoot my brother.
Yeah, it's rough. It's like, I don't know what, like, I'm not used to being a bad person, okay?
My first one was so botched because Tower rolled up and they made us lose our guy in the darkness because it was dark at night, and as soon as he took off that fucking glow stick, we couldn't see shit. Like, we lost it.
It's like, it's just rough.
It is rough.
And then you get bullied for it for the rest of the iteration, because, you know, I'm like, thanks guys, you know, thanks for making me feel good about myself. For the first time, guys, settle out. Oh, shoot. What time is it? Oh, my gosh.
Hey, sorry,
2 hours, my guy.
I'm back. I just went to the little girl's room. Did I miss anything?
No.
I just come back from the little girls.
You had to go take a break.
I did. I love the server refreshes for that. It's great to sort yourself out. Otherwise, what would we do?
It would be a nightmare of
It'd be yeah, that's true.
because the server refreshes because it wipes everything ruined.
Okay, yeah.
If it didn't refresh it, you would never. All the ruined stuff and all the bodies would stay for a while.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
It'd be awesome. Because instead of having to wait for the next server wipe to get rid of something like a damaged car or a dead human, it would be days.
And those human bodies are important for the human meat, so we can't let them just disappear.
Stay meaty.
Got to be harvested in the appropriate time.
You're supposed to burn the human meat after you like cut it up.
Oh, is that what people do?
Yeah, it's cremated.
Well, I only ever heard, I think it was actually Spectre who told me that, and then I thought he was a monster. I was like, I can't believe you do that with the meat. That was my only ever experience with that, but I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah, you cremate the body. But you always save one piece of meat. And we always did in Gorka, if any of our members died, we'd always keep one piece of meat, take it out to our burial site, put it on the ground, and then make a garden plot over it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, we had a whole fucking grave site outside of Gorka.
Because then you've actually got the memorised plot. Do they stay forever, those garden plots?
If you plant stuff in them, we'd go out there and plant pumpkins in them.
Oh, yes.
Glorious pumpkins, because then we'd have a pumpkin patch out there for the people out there. And, simple fact, pumpkins don't have to ruin the food for you to get the seeds.
What, so you get the food and the seeds, whereas otherwise you get to choose. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I've never got into farming or building or anything else, really.
It is literally the superfood of the game, because you have unlimited seeds to all the food. Tomatoes are good for if you need a quick meal, and a lot of it.
Yeah.
Tomatoes produce the most.
Yeah, are they small as well, so you can fit more in a bag? Whereas the pumpkins are a bit bulky.
Pumpkins only weigh 4 now.
Oh, they got made them better?
Oh yeah. It makes more sense for you not to slice up the pumpkin now because it weighs 4 either way, and when you slice it up, it turns into 2 4-stacks, so you're carrying 8 per pumpkin. So it's better until you get it to where you can store it. Don't cut it up.
Yeah. Because when you cut it up, it actually goes bigger. Oh, actually, as Daisy was the first time I experimented with building, I'd never even placed down one of those rope things before ever. But I enjoyed it building stuff. Although I did lock myself out.
Whoops.
Because I personally, like in Lonely Road, I personally was able to secure Corona Castle and Devil's Castle and
Yeah.
make it to where nobody could get in. And those are some hilly ass fucking places. And this is before you could build
Yeah. I've never even known it like that. Whereas now you can nowadays. So would that mean like if there was a rock or something in the way, it would get in the way, so you couldn't clip it in place? But now you could just put it inside the rock.
You couldn't even, like, if you have even a little bit of a hill, you
Yeah.
could tear it down.
Oh right, okay. And now it would just sink into the ground, does it? If it's like too low down.
It'll kick in the ground or float.
Alright. I'm probably gonna wrap up the fucking stream. I'm losing my voice. Oh.
Well, what's the time for me? 7:15 a.m. Good times.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's right. It was late last night as well.
Yeah.
2 a.m. 2 a.m. is normally when I start get. I'm an hour into freedom by then. Yeah. I don't start like playing PlayStation until about 1 in the morning my time. Oh, I work evenings, so yeah, which is actually peak time. I miss out on peak time most of the time. That's why I don't know if you notice. So it's usually when I come along like I think late in everybody's time.
Alright.
So 7 a.m. for you now, so you're 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So if it's 1 a.m. for you, really 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning is peak time to you?
No, I mean normally because I start work at like 5-6, which is your time. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then all the way up until 8 o'clock. Because is it 8 in the evening? Your time will be then when I'm back again. So which is like I think that's peak time, isn't it?
No, peak time is normally my time, like around anywhere from 5 to 11 o'clock at night.
Okay, yeah. All of the evening.
Yeah, all of the evening into my time. Because that's when most of my people, like, that's when most of the Americans, like, can play.
I love the
It's very rare for us to run across people that are working in the evening in America.
yeah.
So,
Need me to clean the surgery after they've had people in doing their doctory stuff. Yeah, I go in there and clean up, but they're not messy though, because it's not like a hospital where there'll be like blood and stuff. It's just a doctor surgery, so when people have got like a hurt knee, they go and see them, things like that. Yeah, or like they got a weird lump somewhere, they go see the doctor.
so, I mean, there's a little bit of blood, but it's mostly all on sheets and rags and shit.
Yeah. Whereas I've known people that have worked in hospitals and they actually have like slop trays of gore underneath the patients' beds and stuff. I haven't had to worry about that kind of stuff. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, surgeries are generally clean.
Yeah.
Now, what would be awful is cleaning up after a coroner.
Was that like when they did the autopsy and then cleaning up the table after an autopsy?
Yeah, because in autopsy you have to take out all the organs that are donated, and you have to literally replace all the blood with embalming fluid.
Oh wow. And that'd be like get all those horrible juices everywhere. Nice.
They keep the blood in a separate container. Like it literally, you know how what's it called? A blood transfusion, like a dialysis. Dialysis literally.
Like people when they don't have kidneys.
Going in, one tube going out, one's taking your blood out as another one's taking it and putting it in. It's refreshing you because their liver cannot flush the toxins out of your body.
Yeah.
So that's what basically a coroner does is they take your blood out and at the same time they're putting the embalming fluid in.
Where do they put your blood?
I don't fucking know, I'm not a coroner.
I imagine they probably burn it. Hope they burn it.
Donate some of it.
Take the dead man's blood and give it to people.
Well, I mean, if you're labeled as a organ donor and stuff, they donate your skin, your eyes, your lungs, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your probably your blood, I would imagine, because that blood can save someone's life.
Although they would take my blood and they'll be like, no, there's too much THC in there. We can't take that because it'll be unfair to give somebody maybe that